Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I'm excited to open up the May 2022 Sam's Bead Box monthly subscription with you. If you are a lover of Czech glass beads and also some gemstone beads, you will probably like this subscription a whole lot, and all the details can be found at samsbeadbox.com. I'll leave that link down below, as well as a coupon code if you'd like to try this one out. The coupon is Orchid, ORCHID, and that will save you $5 off your first box. This one runs about $45 a month, plus approximately $5 a month shipping at this time, and that is to the US. Now, they do ship worldwide, except for to the UK still, I believe, and you can find out your exact shipping cost if you are located out of the US by just selecting your location at the checkout. As you can see, our theme this month is called Boho Travels, and the theme and color scheme changes every single month, so you get a great rotation of all different sorts of things. And I'm happy to let you know that I will be back sometime around the first week of June to show you the finished pieces that I've made from this box. If you decide to subscribe today, you'll probably get the next month's box. For example, if you're watching this as I post the video, you can subscribe and you'll receive the June Sam's Bead Box, which will be different from this one, but it will follow the same type of setup in terms of the types and quantities of beads you can expect. So let's go ahead and open this one up. We have a complete rundown on these two inserts. First of all, summarizing the inspiration story behind this box, which is pretty cool to read. And then on the next sheet, we have the list of everything that's included in specific detail. You can see there's going to be about 21 different items for us to go through today. So that averages out to approximately $2 per item that we're going to check out. Also, be sure to check out samsbeadshop.com because that is the sister store to this subscription. You can find so much more over there, and also sign up for the Sam's Bead Shop email list and text reminders to find out more about their weekly classes and live sales. So everything included is in this bundle that we're going to take a look at, and as usual, I'm going to get organized so we can take a closer look at everything one at a time. All right, so they describe this palette as earthy pastels with lots of different textures and a contrast of rustic with golden decadence. I think that's a great way to put it. And we're going to kick it off with bag number 1. This one contains the Czech Fire Polish Rounds in bluestone purple luster. They're 6.5 millimeters in size, and there's 30 pieces on the strand. Aren't these gorgeous? And they have a slight rose gold metallic shimmer over the top of that blue and purple combination. Each of these beads is slightly different. You can see they have a mottled combination of the blue and purple coming together, which does make them look more stone-like. Our second bag contains the table cut Czech glass ovals in lavender silk clear mix, and these are 12 by 14 millimeters in size. There's 8 pieces included. Some more of this light bluish purple in combination with the clear glass. These table cut ovals have the flat top and bottom, the frosty edge, and the hole is going through the length of the bead. Next, we have some lavender silk Picasso coin beads, 15.5 millimeters in diameter, and there's 2 pieces. These are table cut as well. And you can see that star detail that they have where the purple, which is sort of velvety looking there in the table cut portion, is surrounded by that stone-like finish, and the hole is going through the diameter of these wavy star table cuts. Up next is this whimsical fish focal. It's in pale lavender, 17.5 by 23 millimeter, and we have 1 piece of this. There's our fishy. You can see the scale detail in this pressed glass focal and where the hole placement is. Just the slightest bit of lavender color in the transparent glass, and it is the same on both the front and the back. Next is a bag containing the Czech glass pillows in etched stone Picasso. They're a 6 by 8 mm size with 50 pieces included. These are really rustic and they look very stone-like, not just with that rougher texture, but also with the color combination. They look a bit antiqued and even perhaps a little bit rusty, but that should add for a really interesting juxtaposition between the rustic and the more shiny and shimmery as has been put together in this box. We have 50 pieces on this strand. It's pretty generous. And in the background, we have some of this light olive greenish gold glass with that etched Picasso finish over the top. And because of their slightly organic shape, they're not simply square or round. They definitely look like pebbles. Bringing in some major shine now, we have a bag of lava stones in rose gold plating, 8.5 mm in size, and there's 15 inches included. Very generous quantity. I love the plated lava stones. That shiny metallic really shows off the texture and gets into those grooves and pits of those round beads and adds a smooth and glossy feel to the ordinarily light and airy texture of the lava beads underneath. Then we have some Czech glass Preciosa peanuts in copper clear mix, 2 by 4 mm, and we have 9 grams total. These are teeny tiny. Think of maybe the size of mini super duos if you're familiar with those, except these are a one-hole bead and they're called peanuts due to the shape of them. They have the slightly pinched center and the wider, rounder shape on either end with the hole running through the center. Part of the bead has that copper metallic, part of the bead is clear, but still has that reflective shine coming from the other side. And as usual, we have a generous quantity. And if you use these in stringing, they would make some great spacer beads, adding little bits of metallic in between perhaps some of the more rustic beads. Next, we have 2 different items in this bag. We have a mandala flower, stone luster 18 mm size, and we have a table cut dragonfly bead camel with copper wash at 17 mm. First, here is our dragonfly. You can see it is also a table cut bead with the pressed dragonfly in the center that is on both the front and the back. The copper wash settles into the detail of that pressed shape, and then you have the beige glass surrounding it and the stone-like finish that completes the edges. And the hole is located at the side and runs right up through the center of the bead. We also have the mandala flower with that very slight bit of shiny luster over the top and the earthy combination of colors, that geometric floral shape covering both the front and the back, and the hole located at the side running up and down through the center. Next, we have the Czech glass earring pair owl collection. There's 5 different colors in the set. They're 6 by 14 mm, and there's 10 pieces included. Aren't these fun? Those of you who have been with me for the long haul may remember that one of my very first tutorials was actually using these owl beads, and I made a bracelet which shows you how to bead weave these in along with some seed beads. So whenever I see these little owls, it really brings me back to those early days. I love how they've included 5 different color combinations. We have an opaque turquoise with no additional finish. We've got the camel color that has a little bit of apricot and a luster. We have one that's sort of a matte topaz, a clear AB, and then one that is jet black. And as it says, you could certainly incorporate these into pairs of earrings. I think it's great that we have 2 of each. Up next, we're bringing in a little bit of this bluish green with the Czech glass hexagons. This is the Blue River mix. They're a 5.5 mm size, and there's 10 grams or approximately 6 pieces included. These look like beautiful bluish green water. They've got different striations going on as well, some of the opaque sky blue and lavender that are running through some of that more transparent teal green. And you can see the hexagon shape that they have. They are a one hole bead, the hole running directly through the side and the center. Next is the table cut mix called Canyon Creek with the 6x10 and 8x12 millimeter shapes, and there's 14 pieces included. Loving all the table cut, and again we have this combination of that earthy caramelly brown with the pop of the brighter blue that still has that earthy Picasso finish around the sides. And these both allow a lot of the light to pass through, especially in the central table cut portion. And the blue ones are all just slightly different depending on where the different types of glass are settling in the center. Our next piece is an elephant focal copper wash over periwinkle opal, 15 by 20 millimeters in size. Another really cool pressed glass whimsical animal shape, lots of the bright copper detail that brings out all the parts of the elephant. And then if you look at the other side, that's what that looks like. The background glass is opaque, and it's got a hole that runs from the back to the front. Next are the Czech glass boho owls in the gold wash over blue, 10.5 by 16 millimeters with 2 pieces included. I don't think I've seen this owl shape before. I really love that vibrant blue that's in the back, the gold that pops off of that background. Another animal shape with tons of detail, and they are the same on both the front and the back, with the whole placement there going up and down the length of the owls. Now we're going to take a look at some stone beads. These are the Impression Jasper Smooth Rodelles, and they are a 4.5 by 8.5 millimeter size and 7 inches total length of the strand. This Impression Jasper really brings together the whole palette perfectly. You have the brighter light blue tone mixed with the earthy tones of tan and a little bit of that copper or rust color. They're pretty smooth and glossy, consistent in their shape and size, and give us another type of shape to work with. You can see that Sam's bead box gives us such a great variety. It makes it really fun to put things together directly from the box because you have all these coordinating items, but you also have so many different types of things that you can put together, not all the same shapes and sizes. Our next bag contains the Czech glass freeform drops in peach opal luster, 11 by 12 millimeters in size with 15 pieces in the bag. These have an overall sort of a lavender appearance, a hint of that peach that shows up around the edges as the light hits these. Beautiful slight luster to them as well over the top, and sort of a milky, translucent effect with the glass. They have that slightly pear shape, and the hole runs up and down through the length of these drop beads. Bringing us yet another size, we have the Czech glass fire polish strand. These are faceted rounds in pink stone Picasso, and they're a 3 millimeter size with 50 pieces on the strand. Another rustic pastel, beautiful shade of light dusty pink with some of that stone-like caramel and beige and a little bit of the creamy tone that give each of these beads a slightly different look, and that light gold metallic luster that dances over the top. Then we have this fun strand of Czech glass carved ovals in pastel rainbow luster mix. They're an 8 by 10 millimeter size with 15 pieces included. Another strand that brings so many things together from this beautiful palette, even that golden luster over the top. We've got our pastel shades of yellow and light green, some of that dusty blue and peachy pink, and a little bit of that lavender also. These ovals have a wavy ridged detail, also giving them a little bit of extra texture, and the whole running through the length of the ovals. Yet some more gemstone beads. We have a 15-inch strand of pink Rhodonite Rounds. They're a 6.5 millimeter diameter. These remind me of those 3 millimeter Czech fire polish rounds on the strand we just took a look at, with the combination of the light peachy dusty pink and the lighter earth tones that all come together beautifully in this natural stone. And last but not least, we have some Tierracast metallic components, of course, high quality, made in the USA and lead free. We're going to see a feather pendant, an antique copper plating, and a dragonfly charm, which coordinates also with that copper plating. A great metallic color to go along with this palette. This is such a beautiful component. I think it screams boho. It's got lots of detail. It is the same on the front and the back. Feels like great quality, which we know and love about Tierracast. And we have the additional whimsical dragonfly charm. There's one side and the other side. Perhaps you could put that one along with the dragonfly bead and make that into a focal component together. And that wraps up this edition of Sam's Bead Box Boho Travels May 2022. Another stunning palette and unique palette that has been thoughtfully put together for us with generous quantities of beads, high quality Czech glass, gemstones, and a couple of metallic components from Tierracast, which is pretty much what we come to expect. And this month we have so many of these really interesting focal beads in whimsical shapes that can be used to inspire some beautiful pieces. And this soft and well-balanced palette between the earth tones, the pastels, and a little bit of shine. So again, I really look forward to coming back in a few weeks to share with you what I've made from this particular box. I'll try to walk you through the process as I am coming up with some ideas and do another How I Design with Sam's Beadbox video. If you didn't see the one that I did in March, I believe it was March, I will try to link to that one in the corner and you can check that one out also. And hopefully that will give you a little bit of inspiration that can carry over to this one. Don't forget you can use the coupon code ORCHID, ORCHID, to save $5 off your first box if you'd like to try this one out. Next month's palette, I'm sure, will be something totally different because they do an awesome job at mixing it up. It's always a fun surprise to see what we get in these cohesive and inspiring palettes. So I definitely recommend Sam's Bead Box if you'd like to give them a try. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this particular box or theme or anything else you'd like to say. Go ahead and give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and feel free to share the video wherever you'd like. Huge thank you to you all for joining me in this unboxing. I love having you, and I hope to see you again real soon. That's all I have for now, though. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.